Very quickly, we're going to walk through how you can set up your brand kit in just a couple of minutes on Canva. So mind you, whether you're using a free account or a paid account, you have access. So for your free account, you have access to creating a single brand kit. But when you set up a pro account, you can have multiple brand kits on Canva. But I'm sure you just need one to run. So building your brand kit, you want to save your colors, fonts, and logos so you can use them forever. It's simple. The steps are listed out in your slides, so you can take a snapshot if you need to. But we'll quickly run that on Canva. What does that look like? You click on brand, right? So the different options, home, projects, template. You simply click on brand and you create a brand kit. So it says here, create new brand kit, and you can now name it. So for the purpose of this practical, I created something called punch, right? Let's call it a juice or soft drink brand or whatever it is we want to call it. So here there is a part, a text box where you can put the link to your company website. So what that means is if you have a company website, you can redirect from here. And that is because if you're working with a team, you also want them to understand what the business is about. So probably go to that website, read up about the business, and then come back here and create designs based on what you have going on there. You can also upload your guidelines, which is, yes, another topic on its own, but guidelines simply tell you how, when, in what proportion to use each of these visual elements, right? So it's a detailed guide that your team members, so let's say you're employing somebody now to do designs for you. So instead of always talking to them and telling them how to do it, how to design it, you just simply set up a guideline. It could be PDF format, Word format, or on the cloud, and they go there and they read and they now understand how to use all of these elements now that you're going to be creating in your brand kit. So we're not going to be using brand templates, because when you click on templates, it simply gives you a list of templates that Canva suggests for you. So we'll go straight to logos. You can do that from here. You can do all of it that you're going to be doing here. You can do that from here also, but let's go in here directly. So for your logo, you want to add your logo, and that's by clicking add brand asset, upload files, and we'll just go to the logo that I created for the purpose of this course. So there are 3 logos that I created, and you just upload them there. Simple. So the logos, they're the same, just a little variation. One has the logo mark and the text mark. The other one has just the text, and then the other one has just the logo mark. Then I go to colors, and I can now so you see, Canva automatically creates colors based off of what I uploaded, which is my logo. So I can now say if I want to remove it or I want to keep it, right? So I want to keep these 2 colors because they're the same. I don't want duplicate. So I have this color, which is the orange from my logo, and this green from my logo, and I click on keep. Now to do manually, to upload your colors manually, so let's say I want to add other colors to this, my colors, I can now come here and either directly type the hex code, or I use my eyedropper tool to pick from wherever it is that I'm getting the colors from, or I can come to the slider here, move around, and just pick something that is suitable. So let's say I want to pick a black, but I don't want it to be exactly black. I can come and just adjust, and there I have it. I have added a color to my color palette. Now I can do the same for fonts. So now let's do the same for fonts. I come to fonts, and you can see the different ways I'll be using. So title, subtitle, heading, subheading, section, body, quotes, caption. So Canva has already broken down the different hierarchy that I most likely will be using my font. And all I have to do is click, choose a font. So let's say I'm using this one, Amaranth. And for my titles, anywhere I have big headers, so big titles, I want to use 48. And I want it to be bold. And so title. And then I come here and I say save. So now when I click on title, what I have there is Amaranth 48, size 48 in bold. So whenever I am typing, creating a design anywhere, and I set it to title, it automatically sets here. It automatically sets on that design as font Amaranth, size 48, and bold weight. And except I come back here to the brand kit to change it, it is going to remain like that. So for subtitle, I say Amaranth still, instead of 36, I say probably 42, italics, but not bold, right? So for heading, I come and I say Amaranth. So this is me just assuming that I'm using one font for this brand. So for the brand punch, we're using only Amaranth. So what does that look like? So I'm saying 32, and I'm saying bold. So for subheading, I'm still saying Amaranth 24, not bold. Section header, I'm saying Amaranth 20, since the other one is 24. I'm saying 20, not bold. So body, I can now choose a different font now for my body, because if my headings, my subtitles, my titles are Amaranth, probably I want to go for a softer font for my body text. But this is not compulsory, right? This is not compulsory. You can use one, like I already said, you can use one font across the entire brand. So let me just say I'm using Montserrat 16. Okay. Yeah, and that's it. Save. Quote. So for my quote, I'm saying Montserrat. No, not regular. So probably I'm saying Montserrat medium, but size 14. So mind you, don't need to do all of this. This is me assuming that I'm going to be creating my designs with title, subtitle, heading, subheading, and all of that. And then caption, which is like very, very small text. I can say, where's Montserrat? Same Montserrat, size 14. And that's it. Now for brand voice. Remember what we said about picking 3 words that just suit the personality of your brand. Now we're going to be saying for punch, we want to say exciting. We want to say healthy, and we want to say sweet, right? So you save that, and so the brand voice is exciting, healthy, and sweet. Now with the AI tools, you can now go on and try your brand voice in a design, but you can do that on your own. And then for photos, you also want to add, so let's say you have imagery that you're going to be using consistently. Just the same way you've added every other thing, you can add that. So we have established how we can add our logos, our colors, our fonts, and our photos, which are the 4 elements that is just necessary for you to have. And I also showed you how you can save that. So you see, that is what the brand line guideline is. So when I always come to punch, I will have all of those things here for me to use. Let me show you shortly how I can use that in a design. So I want to create an Instagram post and I want to use my brand guideline. So I want to click on brand and come here to select my brand kit. So it's simple. I want to add my logo, just a single click, and I've added my logo. I can now go on to resize it and use it accordingly. So let's say I add a text. I say happy, and I say share a punch today. I can now go on and make it a heading, right? So I can click on heading and just say share a punch today. So it just assumes what it is that are the properties of heading, right? So if I click on subheading, same thing, and yeah, that is what we have there. So you can go on, create your logos. If you have your logo from your designer, from your brand designer, add it. If you also need to create logos right here on Canva, it is very simple and straightforward. I'll see you in lesson 4.